What's up, everybody? It's James Williams, founder and CEO of Between the Lines Sports. And I must say, it feels so good to be back. So good to be back. This is the start of season 3, episode 1 of the Attack of the Paint podcast. And I'm going to take the time to just really reflect on the great season that we had last year as a company at Between the Lines Sports and what we got going on moving into the new season, the 2023-2024 season. So first things first, end of the year on a great note. Me and my staff made it out to NBA Summer League. About 9 of us were able to get there. We were able to kind of really network and grow the brand awareness. A lot of our guys had meetings and interviews. Some guys did the sports business classroom and other things like that. So we were all busy and did our best to build our own self brands, our personal brands and the brand of BTL. For me, the most exhilarating thing that happened to me when I got to Vegas was I walked into the small gym. If you've been to Vegas, you know there's a big gym, there's a small gym. Walked to the small gym, saw a buddy that works for an NBA team, and the first thing he said was like, "Hey, bro, you got people here with you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got a few of my guys are here." He said, "But I've been seeing your shirt all week." And so that was the most exciting thing, that somebody who knows me and typically knows me by this logo right here and typically sees me in it, saw it on other people and recognized it. And so that was the most rewarding thing for me, was that he saw my guys, right? My guys are there. My guys are working hard. They're present. They're in the building. And so that was the most rewarding part for me. But we did a great job last year. We covered a lot of cool events. My mock draft was really successful again for the 3rd year in a row. As you guys know, I believe that we do the best job on a mock draft because we really dive deep into actually evaluating talent, seeing them in person. We've got guys scattered all across the country, from the West Coast to the East Coast, the Midwest, down South, everywhere in between. Internationally, we had guys in Canada and Europe. So we're able to cover the full spectrum of the draft. And we do the same thing on the high school and college side as well. So I think we did a really good job. It was very successful. If you have not seen it, please head over to BTLHOOPS.org and you can take a look at our previous mock draft. We won't do another mock draft until January. We may do one teaser. I'm thinking about doing a teaser, maybe mid-season. But we'll get there we'll cross that bridge when we get there, as people say. But moving forward, what I want to talk about, well, first things first, before I even move forward, what I want to do is I've never gotten a gift before, right? So as far as you guys watch YouTube videos, the guys are always doing unboxings and things like that. And so for me, I've never gotten that before. No one's ever I guess thought us worthy to send us something for free. And no harm, no foul, no worries. But we got a gift, and the gift came from Made with Love Creative Designs. And I got 2 gifts. I'm going to open them right here in front of you. I will add their website right here at some point as this thing goes, what people do, right? So I have the website here and their Instagram here. But first things first, I'm going to open these 2 boxes. First, this is a very, cute box. I like the little bow, actually the yellow kind of goes with what I'm wearing right now. So that's kind of cool. I'm going to open it up. I know what it is already, but you guys don't. So I'm going to open it up anyways, right? But first things first, this is a Steph Curry tumbler, right? Very nice, very sleek Steph Curry tumbler, Golden State Warriors. And non-biased, Steph Curry has been my favorite player since he was a freshman at Davidson. And anybody who knows me knows that I've followed him since that first game when he had 10 turnovers, to be honest. And I haven't looked back, and, it's probably why I do this business. I was right. I was really right. But anyway, so Steph Curry tumbler, made with Love Creative Designs. I'll have the description in the link as well. I mean, in the description box, and the link will be here as well. So that's my first one, right? So pretty cool design. And obviously it's going to go over here on my coffee bar with my other tumblers for now. And then there's one more. There's one more here. Same thing. Nice box again. Very nice box. Get my Vanna White on, open this one up. And this is none other than Kobe Bryant. Just celebrated his birthday a few weeks ago, August 23rd. But nice Kobe Bryant tumbler as well. Right? Gotta respect, one of the greats, right? So again, So I'll put this over here and let this linger in the background so you guys can take a look at it. You can't see that very well. I actually moved one of my mugs so you guys can see it. Boom, there we go. So both tumblers are there. You guys can look at that while I watch this video. Anyways, moving back to it. So the point of this video, the purpose of this video is simple. As the basketball season starts, everyone kind of goes through what they call a training camp, right? Everyone goes through training camp. It's when you mesh your returners with your new people, whether it's in college, in high school, in the NBA. Everyone's kind of coming together to kind of gel and try to build that team camaraderie, which is very important for the overall growth of a team, right? And here at BTL, we do the exact same thing, right? Last year, I had a theme. It was fit, talent, character, consistency, right? Those are the key attributes that I look for in bringing someone into the business and onto the team. And those things have not changed. I still want you to fit our culture. I still want you to be talented and do your job very well. I need you to be a person of character and integrity, and I need you to show consistency. All those things are still true. Like that's the foundation and the baseline for what I look for here, right? And so those things haven't changed. The cool thing this year was that, like, while typically every year I'm kind of like reloading because our guys move on and get jobs and they're everywhere. I mean, if you guys don't know, I've got guys in the NBA, league office, Miami Heat, Denver Nuggets, NFL, Baltimore Ravens. Wow, now I'm drawing like Washington Commanders, VCU College, University of Kentucky, Seton Hall, so many places, right? Clutch Sports. People are all of WME. Like, people are everywhere, right? People just get jobs and they move on, which is great, and it helps me grow my network, of course, which is perfect for what I do here, right? But this year was cool because I had nine people return, right? So 9 people returned for a second year, another couple returning for their third year. So like these are pillars now. These are guys that are foundational pieces for me. If you're building a team, that's the kind of stuff that you're looking for. You're looking for foundational pieces to build around. And so I've got those guys now in every department too, which is kind of the cool thing now. Guys that are scouts that just scout, they know they're going to be able to teach these new guys how we do things and how we do it well. I got a guy who does strictly intel. My analytics guys, my video guys, even hired a couple of writers, social media manager this year. So all these things are going on. So now I have these pillar pieces to really show the incoming guys how we do things here, which is so great. Which is so what I'm so happy about and proud of is that these guys wanted to stay. Not only that they want to stay, that some of them turned down jobs in other places to stay with us, which is kind of cool. And so I really appreciate them for that. So guys, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate you. But now we're going to kind of talk about what these guys mean, right? So for me, the pillars are again foundational pieces that help the overall structure and integrity of the team, right? And on a team, like basketball, right? They're guys that are the emotional leaders. They're guys that are the on-court leaders. They have all these things, but all those pieces kind of go together, and people kind of build around those guys, right? Kind of build around those guys, and typically you always hear about stars. You got to build around your stars, right? You got to have pieces that fit what those stars do well, so that you put those stars in the best position to thrive, right? And it's the same thing here, right? So my guys that are here already, I wanted to make sure that the people that I brought in fit around them very well, right? And so the first thing and the most important thing for me is the relationship, right? So as I went through my interview process, and this is another crazy thing, I put the job on LinkedIn, and in 4 days we had over 170 applications. I had to close it down because I go through all the resumes by myself, and so I knew I could not, in good faith, go through 200 plus, 300 plus resumes and really do a good job. And so I capped it at like 170. I think it was 174 resumes total. And so I went through every resume and graded them. Honestly, it was a yes, a no, or a maybe. Put them all in those separate boxes. I would go back through just to make sure. Sent out interview links so people can sign up for interviews. I did the same thing I did last year. So I picked a day. One day is a Saturday. It's all day event from 10 a.m. until I get done. Everybody has a slot. They get their time. They get to sell themselves to me. I get to sell what we do here at BTL to them. And I feel like I make a decision on if they're a good fit or not. From there, follow up. Now we're going to do it again. And so follow up with the guys that I like. Second round, shoot out offer letters. That's pretty much what happens, right? And so for me, but the reason why these guys work is because I feel like while we don't have the relationship that I want yet, the feeling that I have to have is that I could build and grow a relationship with these guys, and that these guys also can build and grow relationships with the guys that are here. That's the most important part, because I feel like if you have the relationships, people understand where we're going as a group, right? What we can't have is a bunch of individuals here just to kind of move on, which is what I know everyone wants to do. But it's like the mindset of that move on. Like in the moment while you're here, are you giving your best effort? Are you being consistent? Are you showing your character? Are you displaying your talented at a high level? All those things, right? And that can't happen unless you fit in with the culture that we have, right? And here we work hard. We understand that this is not a sexy job, no matter what people think. I know we travel and we go to basketball events all across the world, but like truthfully, we work very hard. Everyone here does something else to kind of keep this thing up, right? Everyone does something else. And so wow, can you do that at a high level on a consistent basis? And can you open up enough to let us in, and vice versa? And are we going to open up enough to let you in? Which I know we're going to do, right? So can you open up enough to let us in to figure out what our commonalities are? That's the cool part. I feel like how I built this is all based off of my ability to grow relationships. And the cool thing is a lot of people don't understand this. You'll hear a lot of people say, "Oh, well, I want somebody that's familiar to me. I want somebody that looks like me." And all those things are cool, right? But I feel like those are lazy reasons to hire and bring somebody on. What I want is someone who works hard. And the truth is this: if you ask the right question, you'll find something in common with someone. That's the thing. Are you asking the right questions? Are you listening to these people to understand where they come from, what their background is, how they grew up, what their mindset is? Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to grow and be here? Why do you want to grow and get to the NBA, or get to college, or be a head coach, or be an agent, or whatever the case may be, PR rep, whatever it is? Why do you want to do that? What drives you to pursue this kind of field, this role, right? And then you find out what they are. And for me, like I've lived so much, and I've had so many great experiences, even some really bad experiences, that I could probably find a reason and a way to relate to everybody, even you who's watching. I'm sure there's something that you and I have in common, just an FYI. So maybe we'll get a chance to talk about it at some point. Who knows? But that's the thing. That's the first thing. So can we build relationships and grow together? Again, the common ground is the same thing. It's building is rowing in the same direction, right? Is your goal aligned with our goals, and can we all get there? And again, our mindsets and our desires on how to get there may be different. Nevertheless, we still want to all get there together, right? That's the whole point of this right here. And so that's kind of what I look for first. And then from there, we go to training camp like a team does. We go to training camp, bring them in, introduce them to everybody daps up, shakes hands, virtually, of course, because my guys are kind of scattered across the country and across the world, like I said before. So I hire guys on the West Coast again. I hire guys in Texas and the Midwest, and Florida, Georgia, DC, New York, tri-state area, Canada, Europe, still guys. So we got guys everywhere, right? And we just rinse and repeat, make sure that these guys understand what we're doing. And so in training camp, what do? You show them the system, right? You show them the system. You show them how we do things here. Like what's the BTL way, right? This is the BTL way. This is how we scout, right? We're going to see guys in person. We're going to make sure that we're not putting guys in a box after our first watch, after our first scout. Never that. We're going to make sure that we see guys enough to really understand and know who they are before we have any opinion on them, and then still knowing that those things can change, right? We're going to gather intel. The intel is important because we want to know what makes that guy tick. We want to know what makes him work so hard or not work so hard. We want to find out if he's a good teammate. Can he fit in with others? Can he be on an NBA team and be successful? Or the vice versa thing for the high school guys. Can he make it to a college team? Can he fit a system that the college coach has? All those things matter because we do both. We do high school and we do college, if you didn't know, right? So all those things, right? So the scouting part, right? The intel part. How do we cut video here? Like, right? Are we doing clickbait video, or are we doing instructional, informative video so that the people that are watching, the basketball nerds like me, are actually getting information that they can utilize to better understand what we're looking at and what you're looking at, right? Social media stuff, right? Our writers, like, are we generating really good content for people to consume, both written and on social media? Like I said, all those things, right? Our analytics. Do you understand what you're looking for? Can you really eyeball this, chart it, and then do the algorithm to make it come out to what we want it to make it come out to? All those things. So that's the BTL. So we're going to show you the BTL way during our training camp. Our training camp is we started last week, right? First meeting was September 3rd. And we're going to do this every week. bring them together. Even during the week, we'll bring them together, give them some tasks, show them how we do things, give them a task, see if they can do it. Show them how we do things, give them a task, see how they can do it. Right? It's the same thing on a team. Hey, this is our set. This is our horn set, or this is our zipper set, or this is our pin down set, or this is our baseline out of bounds plays, or this is our sideline out of bounds plays. This is what we're doing at under 2 minutes. This is what we're doing after timeouts. Same concept here, only with our people. Same thing. Everything's the same. Pretty much want to make sure. And then we have test runs, preseason games, right? Like scrimmages. Same thing. We do the exact same thing. Hey, I want you to go scout this thing, right? Now it's FIBA, right? Now they're going to scout FIBA for us, right? It's FIBA championships are coming up, I think soon, tomorrow, I think, maybe. I don't know when the championship game is, but regardless, they'll go, I'll have them scout these games, write reports. I'll give them semi-tasks to gather intel on somebody. First, deep dives by themselves, and then kind of go from there. And then same thing with analytics guys. Can we do an analytical breakdown on the overall tournament? And we push forward from there. All these things are the exact same things, right? And we're all trying to do this for the sole purpose of to make sure that they're prepared by the time the actual basketball season starts, right? And for us, basketball season starts for us October 1. That's when practices really start get going in college and high school. NBA teams are starting training camp around that time as well. So this is when we can actually go out and see people. Pro days are happening that second week in October. So all these things are going on simultaneously, and we just want to make sure that we can do it well, right? And I want to make sure that they're ready when that time comes. That's all this really is, right? And it goes back to this. Like, again, do you have the mindset to work hard when no one's watching? Do you have the mindset to work hard for your own individual goals and for the betterment of the team? It's the same thing when you sell out for your team. And the cool thing I did this year, like if you guys watch these little documentary sports shows now where they kind of give you background into what the team's doing, same kind of thing. I put together a slide, a PowerPoint presentation. And the theme of it was, can you be a star in your role, right? That's what I'm looking for. Can you be a star in your role, right? And the cool thing, what I did was I found like all the cool, role player titles that they have in basketball. Are you a glue guy? Are you a 3-and-D guy? Are you a 2-way player? Things like that. Like, right? Are you a pass first point guard? Just different. Are you a stretch back, stretch big? And I picked all these themes in particular because they all are required to do multiple things well, right? It's not, none of these things are simple, are one-sided, one-dimensional players. And so for me, I can't have a one-dimensional team member on the BTL staff. I can't afford to have a one-dimensional team player. So everyone here scouts, period. No matter if you're a writer or a scout, everyone scouts, everything in between. Everyone's going to scout games, because when we have our meetings, when we come together, everyone has to have an opinion. Everyone has to have a viewpoint, a vantage point of what they're watching, because that's the only way that I'm going to receive that information and make the best decision for the group overall. That's my job, is to receive the information, make the best decision based on the guys that I brought in and who I trust, right? Because again, you have some leaders who don't trust their guys. And if you don't trust your guys, there's no point to have them. I trust my guys with everything that I have in me, and I'm going to make sure that they're put in positions to be as successful as possible, which makes me as successful as possible. That's how this works. So pretty much that's what we're doing right now. I just wanted to give you guys a quick little snippet of what's going on. I will have more content coming with the team. Obviously, I'll shout out everybody officially towards the beginning of October. And then we'll kind of go from there. But I just want to thank you guys for tuning in to this first episode of season 3, Attacking the Paint podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening and or watching. Again, check out Made with Love Creative Design, as they made these wonderful tumblers for me. Everyone knows, like, I'm building my coffee bar and my whiskey bar over here simultaneously together, and so I'll have some stuff up here at some point. But yeah, this is very cool. I'll be using this along with my BTL themed tumblers and coffee cups. But in the meantime, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at BTLHOOPS. We're going to get a TikTok going as well. TikTok and Snapchat, they probably will be at BTLHOOPS. I'll get that information once we get those things made. Website, btlhoops.org. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.